Hey guys, MWRix here, and today I'm coming back at you with another update on the Vietnam War MOC, or I guess we can call it another episode, whichever way you want to call it. This is somewhere in the teens in terms of numbers. As I've said in many previous videos, I'm not very good at keeping track of where these videos are going in terms of the number, so that is why I'm always confused as to what the correct number is. But before I ramble on about this is somewhere in the middle teens. My guess is probably episode maybe 16 or 17. Those are my guesses. Go ahead, like the last few times, let me know down in the comments below if I guessed which episode number this was correctly. I'm just so bad at remembering it, so let me know. But anyways, the main update for this video is looking at these plants. So as you guys remember, in a previous mock update video, I asked you guys what you thought I should do with these plants. And some of you suggested that maybe I try using it essentially like a wheat field. So, stacking a bunch of these guys together, as you can see, almost like the wind is blowing through them, and maybe adding different levels of elevation for additional, I guess, accenting would be how you would call it. So if I take my camera off of my little stand, what we can see here is I used a lot of these pieces and I have them all blowing in the same direction. So what this means is this might have some effects on the rest of the mock. If I'm going to be pretending that there is some wind blowing through them in this direction, I'm going to need to switch the other plants to look in the similar fashion. As you see, I have many of these pieces around the mock, but they would need to be changed to reflect this wind pattern as well. So getting into kind of the construction of this, essentially what I did, there are 4 different elevation levels, as you can see. Here's the first one, second one, third one, and fourth. Essentially what I did was I used some plants just on the grassy base, and then I put some 2x4 and 1x2 plates along with some 2x4 bricks to kind of elevate different parts of the plants to make it seem a little bit more dynamic. I feel like it looks a little bit better. You guys can let me know what you think of that, but that was kind of what I was going for. I was going for a different look. One idea that I thought was I could have a bunch of these in a big field, kind of all around here, all like this, and have a helicopter land right here. And then the helicopter's blades are essentially blowing this kind of plant away. I thought that that could be a cool idea. I don't really know what you guys think of that, so let me know if you think that that's something I should go in the direction of. But I think the bigger question is, do you think that this looks good? Do you think it matches kind of the rest of the vegetation that we have going on? I think my biggest reservation about it is that it looks very uniform, right? So if you look at it, it's very much kind of static. All of the plants look exactly the same. They're obviously the same design, they're the same color. I didn't know if maybe, for example, if I wanted to switch it up, maybe I should throw in some different colored versions of this specific Lego piece. But then when I throw that in, I feel like it kind of ruins almost the cohesive narrative of this plant kind of as one field, because that different color kind of throws me off a little bit. So why don't you guys let me know about this as well, if you have any opinions. I personally think that I should keep it one color if I continue with this field. I don't think the multiple colors really serves it very well. I can always add different plants and different pieces that have different colors. So I feel like maybe I should keep this one the same. Also, let me know, should I say, what you guys think about this kind of elevation. I feel like the elevation is good for the mock because it adds different levels. And so if I put back my stand so that I can set the camera down, one thing that you guys will notice is that if we put a minifigure here, he's actually pretty well obstructed by this kind of plant construction, as you can see. So I feel like it actually might be a pretty good way that I could have an ambush scene or something like that set up for the Op4 figures once I have enough of those. That could be, kind of an option that I use for these plants. I think that that's actually a pretty solid idea. See, as you can see, you place it in a bunch of these places, and even this height of the plant is likely essentially covering the entire height of the minifigure. So that could be an option as to what I'm using. But anyways, this was a short update video, shorter than normal, but this was really the main thing that I had planned and that I wanted to ask you guys about. So other than that, I don't really think there's anything to add. So I thank you if you've reached it this far. The support for the Vietnam War MOC series is going great. It's really been outstanding. I really appreciate it all. You guys have been great. But as always, like, comment, subscribe. Do all the normal stuff, guys. And as always, I'll catch you on the next episode or the next part of the Vietnam War mock series.